Good evening and welcome to this 2011 Academic Awards program. It is too seldom in our busy lives that we take time and opportunity to celebrate excellence and to recognize those who are successful in their academic pursuits. Tonight, we call the university community's attention to those students who, in various academic areas, have made significant steps towards excellence that go towards which each of us strives. And now, to welcome you to this 2011 celebration and to address us on this awards night, I am pleased to introduce the 2009-2010 Distinguished Professor and the PD Federal Savings Bank Professor of English, Dr. Kenneth M. Autrey. Dr. Autrey.
Thank you, Dr. Chapman. Honored students, I congratulate all of you in advance on the various awards you're here to receive or be recognized for. Although this program is brief, we know you've worked long and hard to earn these recognitions. Parents and family members, we're mindful of your important role this evening also. You've given time, energy, and resources to support these award winners. And to the faculty and administrators present, I'm sure you feel as I do that this program is a positive reminder of what we're here for. That the endless meetings, hours of class and lab time, course preparation, the exam and paper grading, student advising, committee work, all add up to something very worthwhile. This evening, it's a personal pleasure for me to stand before you. While many of you students are relatively new to higher education, and the seniors are on the verge of graduate school or job searching, I am, in contrast, at the opposite end of the spectrum. This is my final semester at FMU before retirement. I have earned some seniority, but I'm fully aware that the word seniority sounds a lot like senility. Still, I hope I have many years of education ahead of me. As much as you students have taught me, I still have lots more to learn. It is true that over the years, I've learned a lot from the men and women taking my classes, including many of you here tonight. Students have introduced me to new software, poems I would never have discovered on my own, and novels I've never heard of. Students have often shown me what it means to be utterly truthful in writing. I've learned from students how it's possible to excel in the face of hardship that to many of us would seem insurmountable. I've learned that sometimes students who seem disinterested in class can surprise you with a dynamic presentation or a solid A paper. In other words, my students have taught me again and again not to prejudge anyone. Now that I'm graduating from my professorship, I'll have to try to make it on my own. We often talk about getting an education as though an education is a certificate we can put in our pockets or tack on the wall. But if it's done right, education should be a lifelong process, not something you get once and for all. The awards given tonight indicate that you students have worked hard, but more important, the awards suggest that you have the potential to continue educating yourselves. And I've found that's where much of the joy in life comes from. Besides being an ongoing process, education at its best is three-dimensional. These days, for better or worse, much of our experience comes in only two dimensions: in front of TV screens, computer monitors, and iPhones. There are many good things about this digital revolution, but we need to be aware of what we may be missing if we're too preoccupied with life in only two dimensions. Sometimes we need to get out of our chairs and out into the world. Back in 1837, Ralph Waldo Emerson, in an address called The American Scholar, recommended three things. First, that we should study and understand nature, including human nature and our own minds. Second, that we need to study the minds of the past, as found in the great works of art, literature, philosophy, history, and science. And third, that we need to take action in the world, to interact with our surroundings. This is the all-important third dimension. Emerson said, "The world's attractions are the keys which unlock my thoughts and make me acquainted with myself." It seems paradoxical, but to understand ourselves, we must engage fully with the world out there. Fortunately, FMU offers many opportunities for three-dimensional learning. In fact, this is what our quality enhancement program is all about. Francis Marion students now have more options than ever before to travel, hold internships, conduct scientific field research, and attend professional conferences. If, as Emerson says, we come to know ourselves through our actions in the world, Francis Marion is a wonderful place to start from. It can sometimes take courage to get away from our comfort zones. Working and learning in the Ecuadorian rainforest, braving the frigid winds of Alaska, crossing the Atlantic for the first time, or even interning in an unfamiliar business across town can all be challenging experiences. But I know that some of you students have already seized these opportunities to extend the bounds of your learning, and I would urge you to continue doing so. As you build on the success you've already achieved, keep in mind that there are many others who have helped you along the way. Years ago, shortly after arriving at Francis Marion, a student who I'll call Marie told me about a high school teacher who had been a major influence on her decision to become an educator herself. I asked Marie whether she had ever told her teacher about this. She had not. So I suggested that she write or call, or better yet, make a personal visit to the teacher to tell her how important her guidance had been. After Marie left my office, I realized I had just given a piece of advice that I myself had never followed, something that I'm afraid happens all too often in the teaching profession. I had never told any of my teachers how much they had meant to me. So that afternoon, I wrote to Tony Abbott, one of my English professors at Davidson College, a full 25 years previous to that. I knew he would not remember me. There was no chance of that. In most of my college classes, I was merely a face at the back of the room trying to do my best. But he was an inspiring professor. And later, when I began to teach college English, he became a role model for me, though he didn't know it. Even now, at this late date, I still want to be like Dr. Abbott. In the letter I wrote to him, I reintroduced myself and told him how much his teaching had inspired me. He wrote back immediately in those days before instantaneous email communication. He admitted that he didn't remember me, but thanked me profusely for writing. He said that this should be a reminder to all of us teachers that we never know which students we're going to influence, so that we should always give it our best. Several years later, when we invited him to campus as a guest speaker, I had the opportunity to thank him in person. As we honor student academic accomplishments this evening, I challenge you award winners to see learning as a lifelong endeavor, continuing after your formal education. I urge you to learn in the third dimension, beyond the physical confines of the classroom and lab. And I remind you to acknowledge those who, as Tony Abbott did for me, have knowingly or unknowingly stood behind you and encouraged you along the way. Congratulations to all award winners, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Autrey. We continue our program with the recognition of several special groups and the presentation of individual awards for academic excellence. At this point, we recognize those students who were named to the President's List and whose names are printed in the program. To achieve this honor, a full-time student who attains a grade point average of 3.75 or higher shall be recognized as distinguished and placed on the President's List. Further, any part-time student who has completed at least 12 hours at Francis Marion University and who's declared a major shall be placed on the President's List for part-time students at the end of any semester in which the student has completed at least 6 semester hours with a grade point average of 3.75 or higher. With those named to the President's List, either full-time or part-time, and who are in the audience tonight, would you now stand as a group to be recognized? Please stand. We also recognize those students who were named to the Dean's List and whose names are printed in tonight's program. To achieve this honor, a full-time student who attains a grade point average of at least 3.25 but less than 3.75 shall be recognized and placed on the Dean's List. Further, any part-time student who has completed at least 12 hours at Francis Marion and who has declared a major shall be placed on the Dean's List for part-time students at the end of any semester in which the student has completed at least 6 semester hours with a grade point average of at least 3.25 but less than 3.75. With those achieving the Dean's List, either full-time or part-time, and who are in the audience tonight, would you please now stand as a group to be recognized? Please stand. A number of student organizations on the campus perform services vital to the internal operations of the university. Among the most essential services are those provided by the student marshals, an elite and prestigious group indeed. These students are selected on the basis of their scholarship, their sense of responsibility, their personality, and their ability to represent the institution. Each is called upon throughout the year to meet the public in various ways as an official representative of Francis Marion University. Their names are listed in the program. Would the student marshals please stand as a group and be recognized? Please stand. Phi Kappa Phi is the honorary scholastic society open to all fields of study. The student members of Phi Kappa Phi are seniors and juniors who have achieved extraordinary attainment. Phi Kappa Phi is the most prestigious scholastic society at the university. Seniors elected to membership normally must rank in the highest 10% of the senior class. Juniors elected to membership normally must rank in the highest 5% of the junior class. Student members are listed in the program, and I ask all present student members of Phi Kappa Phi to stand now as a group to be recognized. Please stand. The most prestigious institutional scholarships for academic excellence which students at this institution may receive are the Robert E. McNair Scholarship, the Patriots Scholarship, the FMU Fellow Scholarship, and the Academic Distinction Scholarship. These scholarships are granted as a result of competitive screening and an interview process. The McNair Scholarship is awarded to a very select group of incoming students based on the individual's record of academic excellence, willingness to participate in off-campus activities, and commitment to public service. The Patriot, FMU Fellows, and Academic Distinction Scholarships are awarded to outstanding incoming freshmen on the basis of their total records and their potential, including participation in co-curricular and extracurricular activities. All of these scholarships are renewable for 4 years of undergraduate instruction. In addition to these institutional awards, the state of South Carolina sponsors the Palmetto Fellows Scholarships, which are awarded by the Commission on Higher Education and the individual institution on a statewide competitive basis. The names of the recipients of the McNair, Patriot, Palmetto Fellows, and Academic Distinction Scholarships currently on campus are provided in the program. I now have the honor of presenting these recipients as a group, and I ask them to rise and to be recognized. Please stand. We now continue with the presentation of specific awards for academic excellence. Each award is presented for individual achievement. Individual selection has been made primarily on the basis of demonstrating the highest promise in the discipline in which the award is granted. Each recipient is asked to come to the stage to receive the individual award from the chairperson of the department or the dean of the school in which the student is majoring, or from the major faculty member in the area in which the award is sponsored. Each presenter will call all recipients to the stage at once. To begin the presentation of academic awards, I now call upon Mr. E. Leroy Nettles, Jr., the President and CEO of PD Electric Cooperative, to present the PD Electric Scholars Award. Mr. Nettles.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Carter, I take great pride in being here on this stage tonight with you and your distinguished faculty. You know, our board at PD Electric established the PD Electric Scholars Program back in 1997. And the program features full scholarships for the families of PD Electric employees and the thousands of member owners that we serve across 6 counties here in the PD. And Dr. Carter, we are up to about 15 of those scholarships per semester now, and by our count, we're well over 200 since 1997, so we're real proud of that. We're really proud to offer these scholarships to the deserving young men and women of the PD region who get them. We're proud to support Francis Marion University in its mission of educating tomorrow's leaders. We believe that the PD Electric Scholarship Program is a sound investment in Francis Marion University, is a sound investment in those young men and women that get the scholarships, and we believe it's a sound investment in the PD. The PD Electric Scholarship, the Scholars Award, goes to the student in the program with the highest grade point average, and this one is a high average indeed. So it is an honor and a privilege for me to announce that the PD Electric Scholars Award for 2011 goes to Hannah Elizabeth Green. You must not be with us tonight, but we'll give it to us shortly.
And now to present the President's Undergraduate Research Award, I call upon the President of Francis Marion University, Dr. Luther F. Carter. Dr. Carter.
Good evening. It's my pleasure this evening to announce this year's winner of the President's Undergraduate Research Award. This award every year goes to the student who wins a university-wide competition to select the best research project. That competition is directed by Dr. Teresa Herzog, who's in the audience this evening. Many thanks to Dr. Herzog for championing this process forward. This year's winner is Kayla Duncan from the Department of Psychology. Kayla, are you here this evening? Please come forward. Spoiling the spillover effect, parental support and marital disagreements as predictors of child functioning, was presented at the 2010 conference of the South Carolina Psychological Association. This semester, Kayla has developed this work into an article for submission to the Psychi Journal for undergraduate research. Congratulations to Kayla and to Dr. Farrah Hughes of the Department of Psychology for supervising this research. Congratulations.
To present the Honors Awards, I call upon Dr. Pamela A. Rooks, Professor of English and Director of the Honors Program. Dr. Rooks.
Thomas Moy and Brittany Irwin to join me on the stage. The Dwayne P. Myers Honors Award is given every year to the student who will graduate with university honors in either December or May, who has earned the highest cumulative grade point average of all such students. And this year's winner is Brittany Irwin. The Honors Student Association Award is given to the student who, in addition to achieving academic excellence, and this year's winner will be graduating with university honors, is judged by his or her peers to have contributed the most to the student organization and the honors program. And this year's winner is Thomas Moy.
Now I ask that Dr. Kirk Dineley, Associate Professor of Biology and President of Phi Kappa Phi, come forward to present the Phi Kappa Phi Fellowship Candidate Award. Dr. Dineley.
For seniors, invitation of Phi Kappa Phi is limited to the top 10% of students as ranked by the grade point average. Of those students, Thomas Floyd Moy has been selected to receive our Phi Kappa Phi Fellowship Candidate Award. Thomas?
It's my privilege to present the Scholastic Achievement Award, and I'd like to ask that Shannon Elizabeth Beaudry, Heather Elizabeth Patterson, and Brittany Elizabeth Sanders please come forward. The Scholastic Achievement Award honors that 2010-2011 graduate who, through fall 2010 in all courses taken, regardless of field, has attained the highest grade point average. This year, the 2010-2011 Scholastic Achievement Award goes to 3 individuals, one of whom is with us this evening. With us this evening is Heather Patterson, one of the award winners of the Scholastic Achievement Award, and it is my privilege now to present that award to Heather. We now move to the College of Liberal Arts Awards, and to begin the presentation of those awards, I'm going to call upon Dr. Ann Steckman, Chair of the Department of Biology, to present the Biology Department Awards. The remainder of the presentations will follow as outlined on the program. Dr. Chapman.
Could I have Harrison Taylor, Mary Emmy Yarborough, and Brooke Brown, and Wendell Jones, please come up. The first award I'd like to announce is for the Biology Award for Excellence in Academic Achievement, and we're presenting that to our senior in our group, Harrison Breedlove. The second award I'd like to announce is for the Academic Achievement in Research for Outstanding Undergraduate Research. And that's to Mary Ellen Yarborough, who we like to call Emmy. The third award that I'd like to give out is for our academic achievement at the sophomore level in our biology department, and that is to Brooke Brown. We have a special announcement today in recognition of this young man, Wendell Jones. He has received the United Negro College Fund and Merck Pharmaceuticals Scholarship, which covers his schooling for the next year, and 2 summers worth of research are paid for. In addition, he's allowed to apply for additional funding at the graduate level, and this is one of 15 awards given in the nation. So we're very proud of him.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Ken Williams, the chair of the chemistry department. The chemistry department gives 5 awards, although one of our students has taken it upon himself to win 3 of them. So I'd like to call up to the stage Tiffany Nicole Phillips, Ashley Marie Calhoun, and Jamel Taiwan Brown. And isn't it nice to hear your middle name and you're not in trouble? Our first award goes to the student judged to be the outstanding student in general chemistry last year, and that winner is Tiffany Nicole Phillips. Tiffany, certificate. That award is the Chemical Rubber Company Handbook of Chemistry and Physics, which every scientist has tucked away on their shelf somewhere. It will come in handy. Congratulations. Our next awardee is for Outstanding Achievement in Organic Chemistry last year. The winner for that is Ashley Marie Calhoun. This award comes with nothing other than a hearty handshake, and hope that you keep up the good work in the future. Our next winner is for the Outstanding Performance in Analytical Chemistry. This goes to, along with a subscription to the journal Analytical Chemistry for 1 year, and a certificate, Jamel Taiwan Brown. Jamel is also the winner this year of the South Carolina section of the American Chemical Society Award. He will be honored in Orangeburg Wednesday night, tomorrow night, to win that award there, but we honor you here with that. And then finally, Jamel gets one more. He is the winner of the Outstanding Senior Chemistry Major, or what we call the Jack Brazil Award, in honor of our former chair, and this comes with a $50 gift certificate.
Christopher Johnson, Chair of the Department of English, Modern Languages, and Philosophy. And I would like to ask Sarah Neal, Aaron Krause, Kylie Allen, Allison Chandler, Kristen Shaw, and Raymond Keith Shepard to join me on the stage. The English Award, which is given to the student who is judged to have made the greatest contribution to the English program, this year will be given to Shannon Autrey. The Drama Award goes to Sarah Neal. Sarah, I think, is with Shannon. The Catherine S. Bowling Memorial Award is given to the student who is judged to have written the best fiction in our fiction writing classes. This year's award goes to Aaron Krause. The McCremon Award is given to the student who is judged to have written the best essay in a freshman English class. This year's award goes to Kaylee Ray Allen. The Percy Adams Award goes to the student who has written the best paper in an upper-level literature course. This year's recipient is Allison Marie Chandler. Alyssa Carver is the recipient of the Richard B. Larson Memorial Award in Technical Writing. The Robert R. Parham Poetry Award goes to Kristen Shaw. And the Modern Language Award goes to Raymond Keith Shepard.
Good evening. I'm Lawrence Anderson, Chair of the Department of Fine Arts, and I invite Bethany Lumen, Terry Federer, and Patricia Donahue to the stage, please. First of all, Bethany Lumen is the recipient of our Peggy Love McLaughlin Art Award, and Bethany is anticipating graduate school of photography in the fall. The Jack Baker Memorial Award is given out every other year to art and music, and this year the recipient is in the art, visual arts program, and we have a young lady returning for a second degree, Terry Federer, who is giving the award for this year. And the Donna H. Goodman Community Service Award, part of the component of our art education program, we encourage our students to do some community service since they're going to be in the communities working as teachers. And this year, Patty has been the recipient of that award.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Chris Kennedy from the History Department. I have the distinct pleasure and honor of announcing the recipient of the History Award for Academic Excellence. It goes to Ms. Deborah Ann Walters. Ms. Walters can't be here this evening. She's representing FMU up in New York at the Model UN. So congratulations, Deborah.
The faculty of the Department of Mass Communication each year recognizes its most outstanding student based on 3 criteria. One is the academic excellence. The second is its participation in activities. And the third is the likelihood of success in the profession. I'm very pleased tonight to announce the winner for the second consecutive year Lindsay Suzanne Buchanan. She is not here this evening. She's at the United Nations representing Francis Marion University, but please recognize her for her achievement.
I'm Tom Fitzke from the Department of Mathematics, and it gives me pleasure to award the Mathematics Award to David Joel Props. David will be majoring in mathematics and biology and graduate in May. He's got a 3.8 GPA in the major, member of the Kappa Mu Epsilon National Mathematics Honor Society, and the Allen Mathematics Scholarship.
I'm Ruth Whitman-Price from the Department of Nursing. I'm proud to present this award to the pre-licensure nursing student with the highest GPA. She is currently working at McLeod Medical Center in the cardiovascular ICU. When she graduates, she will return back to her hometown in Little River, South Carolina, and work for a McLeod affiliate, Loris Healthcare Systems. She has demonstrated great potential in our program, and her future goal is to become a nurse practitioner. We hope she will return to us and join us in our first class of nurse practitioners that will graduate from Francis Marion University in the near future. I am proud and honored to present this well-deserved award to Abby Marie Shelley.
I'm David Peterson. I have the privilege of being the chair of the Physics and Astronomy Department. I'd like to ask Dexter Gaiman, Curtis Jones, and Ryan Blum to join me on stage. Dexter is the winner of the Engineering Technology Award, Dexter Gaiman. Congratulations. The winner of this year's Health Physics Award is Curtis Jones. And the winner of this year's Physics Award is Ryan Blum.
Would Tyra, Andrew, and Stephen come up to the stage, please? My name is David White, and I'm chair of the Department of Political Science and Geography. The Dr. Jesse A. Coles Jr. Award is given by the SARS Foundation in honor of Dr. Jesse A. Coles, a dedicated South Carolina government public servant. This award goes to the senior or rising senior who has excelled in the classroom and has demonstrated a strong desire to pursue a career in public service. This year, the award goes to Tyra Shanique McBride. The Political Science Award is given to the senior political science major whose academic achievement has distinguished him or herself among all political science students. This year, the award goes to Andrew Ryan Donaldson. The Neil D. Thigpen Award in South Carolina Politics and Government is given by Fred and Folly Carter in honor of the Political Science Department's longtime chair. It goes to the student who has demonstrated a keen interest in and scholarly knowledge of South Carolina politics and government. This year, the award goes to Stephen Anthony Smith II.
I'm John Hester, Chair of the Department of Psychology. I'd ask Relitza Stoyaneva, Julie Chung, and Kayla Duncan to please join me on stage. While they're coming up here, we'd like to thank Dr. Ken Dye for giving the Douglas A. Mandrill Award and Dr. Lou Hoff for giving the L.A. Hoff Research Award. The first award is the Douglas A. Mandrill Award, which goes to our most outstanding graduate student. This year's winner is Ellie Stoyaneva. She comes to us from Stockton College in New Jersey, has had excellent grades in the classroom, research. She has been a graduate assistant at the Richland Center for the Child, 3 posters at American Psychological Association and 1 at the Association for Psychological Science. She's soon to go on her internship at the Autism Institute of South Carolina. And this is a very special night because not only is she winning this award, but she recently found out that she has finished all the requirements to become a United States citizen. The L.A. Hoff Research Award goes to a student who has displayed excellent research skills. This year's winner is Julie Chung. She comes to us from Batavia, New York. Her research is the effects of advertising icons on visual memory, which is to say psychological effects of rebranding in business. She's presented a poster at the South Carolina Upstate Research Symposium and is soon to present a poster at APS in D.C. and hopes to go to graduate school. Julie, congratulations. This year's Mike Jordan Psychology Award, and for the first time named after Dr. Mike Jordan, who's retiring from the psychology department. It goes to the outstanding undergraduate psychology major. This year's winner is Kayla Duncan. Kayla comes to us from Lancaster, South Carolina. She's already won the President's Research Award. She's Vice President of Psychology Club, has done an internship with the Arts program and at the Richardson Center for the Child, and hopes to go to graduate school. Kayla, congratulations.
I ask Scott Goda and Karen Richardson to come to the stage, please. Sociology faculty annually give 2 awards to our highest achieving students, taking into account both overall great performance as well as their coursework and discipline. We're very proud of both our award winners this year. The Lindeb Summer Social Work Award is given this year to Scott Allen Porter. And the Sociology Award is given this year to Karen Maddie Richardson.
Barry O'Brien, Dean of the School of Business. Will the following students please join me on stage? Thomas Floyd Moy, Edward Lee Hicks, Mindaugas Petrakis, Preston David Shuey, Marissa Mackenzie Bush, Joseph Sizemore Wagstaff, Victoria Bracey Watson, Jonathan David Smith, and Jane Bradford Austin. The School of Business faculty elects the top academic student in all 8 of our majors, and we have 1 special award from the Financial Executives International Institute. The top graduating senior in accounting this year is Thomas Floyd Moy. The Computer Science Award for 2011 goes to Edward Lee Hicks. Is Edward here this evening? The Economics Award goes to Mindaugas Petrakis. The Finance Award goes to Preston David Shuey. General Business Administration Award goes to Joseph Sizemore Wagstaff. Joe and Preston just came from the baseball field where our nationally ranked baseball team swept the number 7 team in the country. Told them to finish them off fast and be here on time. The Management Award this year goes to Victoria Bracey Watson. Ms. Watson's not here this evening. The Management Information Systems Award goes to Jonathan David Smith. And our Marketing Award goes to Jane Austin. And the last award, the Financial Executives International Award, goes to Marissa Bush. Marissa is studying at one of our exchange universities, the University of Applied Sciences in Schmalkalden in Germany, and I'll accept the award for her. Thank
you. Good evening. I'm Von Falkenberg, Dean of the School of Education, with Bernetta Scarborough, Deborah Outlaw, and Patricia Donahue. Join us on stage, please. School of Education gives awards to outstanding students in the 3 levels of education: early childhood, elementary, and secondary. The Thomas W. Seals Memorial Award is given to Bernetta Renee Scarborough. The Elementary Education Award is awarded to Deborah Hines Outlaw, and I don't see Deborah here. And the Secondary Education Award is given to art educator Patricia Ann Donahue.
Let's give all of our award winners a round of applause. We are very proud of these award winners for what they've accomplished, for what they represent, and of course for what the future promises for them. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Francis Marion University, I extend to the entire student body our congratulations for a year of accomplishment and achievement, for a year of growth. It's a year that we can all be proud of. Again, I want to thank everyone for coming this evening. I hope you will join us at the President's Home for the reception that will follow this program. We are now adjourned.